Nearly 200 people dead. What's behind armed attacks in Burkina Faso? Around 200 people have been killed and 140 injured in the Burkina town of Barcelogo, the latest in a long line of deadly attacks in an al-Qaeda-linked armed group, Jamaat Nusrat al-Salam wal Muslimin. Women and children were among those killed on Saturday. Barcelogo lies near the town of Kaya, a strategic point in north-central Burkina Faso that housed the last standing military force between JNIM fighters and the capital. Several soldiers are missing after the attack, which was carried out as a JNIM continues to advance and seize swaths of territory in troubled West African country. Basically the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of times we may talk about, I know we've talked about these three countries right here, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger being the trap spots, the old school trap spots for France. This is where France colonized before, and they kicked them out. But these guys have had coups basically from like 21, 22, and 23 or something like that. All three of those countries, like the leaders of those countries overthrew the former leaders. Pretty much a military coup, which I believe was funded by Russia, possibly even China, helped fund these coups. And this is why you're seeing the stuff the movement that we're seeing. This is why I think part of the reason why we're seeing Telegram's owner get snatched up over in France. He's a Russian, dual citizenship, has French citizenship as well.
Actually, they were saying homeboy from Telegram, what he was doing is he was pissing off the Jewish community. And that's what they're saying. What happened? Like, they were mad that he didn't take off, he didn't get rid of anti-Semitic stuff, and he was pissing somebody. I can find it again, but that's what it boiled down to. That's why they arrested him.
Jeez, and so they got
the power to do it.
And so when you look at something like this, these guys have taken over these countries. They kicked out America out of Niger. That we were kicked out of there. We had a military base that we built there. It was like almost $200 million military base. They kicked us out, but in the process of us leaving, they brought in Russian soldiers and housed them on the military base that they're kicking us out of that we built. And so, but this, I'm saying all that to say this: these guys really don't have full control of their countries. They probably have control of 50% or so of the country that they're saying that they're rulers of. So these countries these militant groups are still being funded, and I think that some of them are being funded by America. I think that we're indirectly funding them. I remember when Ukraine came in, and they said that they helped out. I think it was with an attack in either Burkina Faso or Niger. One of these countries over here, they had an attack. And I think that these guys are being funded, like I said, indirectly by American sources. Yeah. I mean, I would say European sources as well, too, because that France is still attacking. They're pissed off. They got kicked out of here. This is where they got most of their gold from. You know what I mean? Like France being the fourth largest holder of gold in the world and don't have not one gold mine.
Remember, they tried to overthrow the Congo, and they actually put the Americans they captured there. They're up for the death penalty.
That there too. I mean, we're in a situation, man.
In Haiti, bro, they assassinated the president, and the guy was like, they're like, yo, these are Americans. The Americans sent them.
This has been going on everywhere, man. Like, we're pretty much, we know we're colonizers, but the reason why this is important is this is a pretty big attack. You killed 200 people and injured 140 others. That's a huge terrorist attack. That's not a small attack right there.
When you think about, like, they'll say, like, most people, like, for me, I used to be like that. When they say, like, oh, okay, 5 people died and 50 were injured. I'm thinking movie injured, like you got a little cut or bruise, they got you in the back. No, these people are missing limbs, legs. They'd be like, well, you're not going to die, so we're just going to count you as injured. Eyeballs shot out. 140, man, 140 people. You know what I'm saying? It's just to me right now this place is pretty much still lawless. Imagine if we had a terrorist attack here outside of 9/11. I'm talking about this is just regular. This is going on a pretty regular basis. I'm not saying 200 people dying, but imagine we had an attack here where 200 people were killed, another 140 people were injured. People would be shook the fuck up. It's worse than when 50 people died at the country concert or whatever that was over in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of fucking people right there.
Again.
Huh?
The bump stocks are legal again. They actually said it was unconstitutional that people couldn't own them. So we can own them again.
That dude was putting it down. I mean, I'm not sure what the hell he did that shit for, but
somehow he snuck up 30+ odd guns in duffel bags, set up a camera in the hallway, busted out the window of the MGM, sprayed the crowds. He just dropped the gun because he never had to reload. He just had them all loaded. You know what I'm saying? In duffel bags. And then when they came and he saw that they were at the door about to breach it, popped himself.
He was a savage. I ain't gonna lie. He was a piece of shit, but he was a fucking savage.
It's terrorism.
I'm not even
They
sure
never wanna call it that.
why the hell did you do that? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do people do any of this stuff? Who really knows? But you know that's another.
Well, because people don't commit suicide and then just kill themselves no more. They want to inflict pain on other people, like Kroger did.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.